Hey guys, how's it going? So I've actually had hands-on with the ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X for the past couple of weeks, and we're going to talk about it. So shout out to Xbox for hooking it up with these pre-production models so I could test them out before launch. I actually went to Activision, got a little hands-on, I got to set these up, and then kind of came home and did a fake unboxing after they were already set up. So yeah, I've been using this for the past couple of weeks. I've been traveling with them, I've been sitting on my couch, I've been sitting in my car, I've been playing all over, testing it out. So first things first, if you're not familiar, Asus teamed up with Xbox and they created their own handheld. So the goal of this device is to make it feel like you're not necessarily playing on a Windows device, but you're playing Xbox on a handheld. So setting these up, these are still a Windows device. So you can log in with the fingerprint sensor as well as a PIN code. So there's a lot of similarities and a few differences obviously between both of these. So they both do have a 7-inch full HD display with up to 120 Hz refresh rate. The ROG Xbox Ally comes in white. It does have 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage. And the ROG Xbox Ally X comes in black, has 24 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. They both do have micro SD slots, so of course you can expand your storage. They now have this Xbox-inspired ergonomic grip. This makes it so much easier to hold and makes it feel like I am using my Xbox controller, but on a handheld. So the battery life has also been optimized for these. So if you get the regular Ally, this does have a 60 watt-hour battery, and if you get the X, it does have an 80 watt-hour battery, so you are gonna get a little bit of longer battery life. And they also have a zero-gravity dual fan system, so when you are in the intense gaming, you will hear them, they do come on, but they are keeping your device cool and preventing it from overheating, so that's a bonus. So what's great about this is it does have that Xbox full screen experience. So as opposed to playing on Windows when you have a lot of things popping up, when you're in the Xbox full screen experience, it does have that similar vibe to when you're playing on your console. So you do have access to all your Xbox titles as well as Game Pass, also Battle.net and other PC storefronts. So you're not limited to just playing the Xbox games. What's also really cool is you can actually do Xbox remote play as well. So as long as you're kind of on the same network and in the same house as your Xbox, you can connect to it and you can play on your handheld what's on your Xbox itself. And of course you can also do cloud gaming, which I feel like Xbox has really stepped up their cloud gaming, but that's all going to be dependent, of course, on how good your Wi-Fi is. So I have been doing a lot of cloud gaming in my house where my Wi-Fi is pretty good, and I've been taking this on the road and connecting to different networks, and I think it's as expected. Obviously there's going to be a little bit of lag here and there. It's not going to be as good as if the game is downloaded, but it's still actually pretty impressive with the cloud gaming. So there's one feature that makes it almost completely worth it for me, and that's the AI that's built in here, and that gives us the gaming co-pilot. Now this still is in beta, but you have to activate it. So it's like your own personal little gaming sidekick that's gonna integrate into the games. So once you have that all turned on up here, you're then ready to go. Say for example, I don't know where to go right here. I just press this button. Where should I go?
You've got this. So from here, I just keep exploring the crypt passages and watch for any puzzle hints or light cues. It's all about following those subtle hints the game gives you.
So I don't know about you guys, but for me, there's a lot of times I'm completely stuck in a game and I have to go find a walkthrough, scroll to where I am, watch it, and then I'm like, okay, this kind of alleviates all of that, which I don't know what that means for people posting walkthroughs. That's obviously still, people are still gonna watch them. This is a little cheat code, if you would. So separate from having it built into the game, let's see what it can do. Hi.
What's on your mind today?
Nothing, I just wanted to see what you can do.
Well, Jenna, I can do a whole bunch of things, like help you figure out your next move in a game or just chat about everyday stuff, whatever you feel like.
Cool, all right. Yeah, no, I'm good. I just was checking in. Kind of feels like a game changer to me. Actually a game changer. I'm actually using the word correctly because it's changing the game. And then coming early next year, we're also gonna have some other AI features, like we're gonna have the automatic super resolution. This is just gonna be on the ROG Xbox Ally X. So this is going to use the power of the NPU, and it's gonna upscale the games that are running at a lower resolution. We also are gonna have highlight reels on the ROG Xbox Ally X. So this is going to capture your best gameplay and make you a little reel. We also have enhancements to the docking experience, a new game sync indicator, as well as the improved save reliability in low power mode, which I did have an accident when I was playing. It didn't save and it died, and then I lost where I was playing. So that'll be nice. Good updates coming soon. But the gaming Copilot beta is in both, and then obviously the X is gonna have those features coming later. So yeah, the AI is pretty cool. I didn't know it was something I wanted in my gaming experiences. So let's talk about the Ally. This does have the AMD Ryzen Z2A processor. So this is kind of tuned for better battery life as well as smoother gameplay. Like I said, this does have the 60 watt-hour battery life, so a little bit smaller of a battery, which to be honest, if I'm playing and I'm somewhere that I can plug it in, I'm gonna plug it in. It is pretty lightweight and it does feel pretty well balanced. So my overall experience playing with just the regular Ally is obviously it's a little bit lighter with a lesser battery. It still is very smooth gameplay, and you obviously can still do the majority of things that you can do with the X. But I think if you're like a hardcore gamer and you're going to be, you know, playing these very intense games, then you probably would want to upgrade. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this, and I think that if you're just kind of like a casual gamer, this would be perfect for you. But if you're like a hardcore user who's going to be, you know, docking this to a monitor and gaming and using this as like your main gaming PC console, you probably would want to go with the X. So with the X, we obviously have up to 1 terabyte of internal storage and 24 gigs of RAM, but we also have the AMD Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme processor. So we're gonna have a little bit of extra processing power. And yeah, so a bunch of AI features coming, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. So we do have this dedicated Xbox button and this enhanced game bar, which makes it really easy to kind of access everything. And another thing that you can do is you obviously can change all of your settings. I actually found myself playing in 720 instead of 1080 a lot of the time, and it still actually was really, really good. So you can adjust your settings to whatever works best for you. I think what makes this really fun for me is I've kind of always been more of a console gamer, and yes, I have the Switch, I have the handhelds, I have the original ROG Ally, but this does kind of bring like my familiar Xbox feel to a handheld, and I really am just like carrying it around with me a bunch of places, especially this year I've been traveling so much, so it's just kind of like having this as like somewhere where I can just use to kill time, and I'm able to switch so seamlessly between, you know, my TV and my Xbox and, you know, my cloud gaming or my games that are downloaded. So just having everything sync up very nicely really does make it easy for me to just continue and pick up where I left off. There's also some features called the Handheld Compatibility Program. So basically this is a new program that Xbox came out with to make these games kind of more accessible and more compatible for handheld. So they've actually worked with a bunch of the game studios and tested and optimized the games that are best gonna be for handheld. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited. I've been having a great time the past couple of weeks playing, but overall playing with the gaming Copilot beta and just experiencing the handheld with, you know, the new Xbox optimized form with like the more controller form, I've really been enjoying it and I found myself gaming a lot more. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to Xbox for letting me have early access and testing them out. I gotta finish this game, Little Nightmares. I'm just kind of at the beginning. Bye guys.